is my absolute hero, Matt Hayes, lifelong fisherman. Matt, good evening. It's so wonderful to speak to you.
Well, thank you for having me on. It's great to be on. Thanks.
Matt, 14% of rivers meeting standards. Can you just talk? You know what to tell us. Talk to us about the waters.
Well, it's pretty shocking. And in fact, the figures that you've quoted are pretty much assessed by the government themselves. So, they're pretty accurate. During my lifetime, and I've been fishing since the 1960s, I've spent as much time by the water as possible. And quite frankly, the state of our rivers and our coast, by the way, is the worst that I've ever seen it. And it's a multi-pronged attack. Part of it is due to urbanisation and increasing pressure on our water resources, greater amounts of effluent discharges, building on the floodplains of rivers has dramatic consequences, the increase in the population, but also intensive agricultural methods are now over-enriching our rivers and causing a different type of pollution, as is the establishment of certain industries along the banks of some of our wonderful waterways. A prime example being the River Wye, which is an icon among fishing rivers. It's the ultimate fishing river. It's a great game fishing river if you like the fly, but boy, is it a great coarse fishing river as well. It's the river of your dreams. And right now, it's being, parts of it are flowing with a mixture of chicken effluent and agricultural discharge. And the problem is that no one seems to be able to stop this mess.
And it would seem to me that with these sort of spiralling protests of we've got to save the entire planet, that maybe it would give people confidence and also better mental health opportunities to find their nearest bit of waterway and to really take care of it. What have you noticed as a lifelong fisherman about what fishing can do to bring people closer together and improve their mental health?
If I spoke about the benefits of fishing, I'd be on here all night, and you haven't got time for that. But let's just hit some of the most important ones. There's a spirituality to fishing. You can pick up a fishing rod and feel nothing, or you can pick up a fishing rod and find that you've just found the key to your universe. It's like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it, and you find out very quickly. Now, fishing is something that's been going on since very prehistoric times, so it's something that's kind of innate in us. But in a modern society, which is so fast-moving and digitally enhanced, this is a very analog in the main part, and there's a lot of texture to it. The Americans actually class fishing as a gateway sport. What do they mean by that? They put loads of money into it. Basically, they see it as a very good way of bringing large numbers of people into contact with nature that wouldn't necessarily go there in the first place. And of course, as the people who fish who are watching this know, the mental peace that you can achieve with fishing, as well as the thrill, the exhilaration, the chance for reflection, spirituality, peace, balance. It is a healing balm. And, you can have all the debates in the world about, is fishing a harmful thing? Do fish feel pain, etc.? The fact of the matter is that the huge benefits of fishing, not only to society and to people, but also to fish, because anglers really are the policemen of the waterways. And so we're living in unique times, and it's time for anglers to stand up and be counted. But I'll tell you who else we ally with. Do you know the people that report the most pollutions? Dog walking women. So I'm right there with you. I want our waterways cleaned up. And I'll tell you what I'm fed up with. I'm fed up with the fact that no one in authority seems to have any passion for the subject. I'd like to say to the people, if anyone's watching this, who has some influence over the state of our rivers, you've got a responsibility. You're very privileged. We're trusting with you with something that's part of our heritage. And no one seems to want to get to the bottom of this problem and stop the discharge of effluent into our rivers and around our coast. It's disgraceful.